because if we leave everything till June, just for example, that's going to be totally too late to get people thinking and for people to get help and support, to be honest, because the list that I've been doing, for example, of things that people need support with is also going to be things like transport, including how to get people home, because people's confidence are going to be really low, to be honest. And it's about getting them into like small groups and whatever groups they prefer to be in, depends what their interest is. It's helped with getting friends. So like I've been doing things on the friendships with some organisations. So maybe it's thinking how are they going to get new friends, because some friends might have sadly passed away. Um, and it's just seeing what other help and support they're going to need. So what I found out last night from LGBTQ group in Leeds was they gave some advice, some of them, when they met up back in September, to like listen to music and sit somewhere quietly on the bus, which is good for some people because some people are a bit terrified going on the bus. Um, but for others, it's thinking also about what support and mental health they're going to need. Because the last thing we want to do is not think about it, wait till the end of May and June, and then it's all going to be too late and people are going to be left out.
I think it's about getting people back in, so like with a social group, back together slowly. Um, I know that groups like MenCap, local MenCap, I'm talking about, they usually do like coffee mornings and lunchtimes and things like that. And I know a group in Leeds called Love to Meet You. They are a social group of getting people together, and they do evenings together, getting to people to come together and meet people. So, and then you got Stay Up Late to do like night clubbing and things like that, and they could uh, be able to support people, especially gig buddies and things like that. And so there's plenty of scope for finding places, people that can do all those things. So I know there's not everywhere has things like that. Um, and I think is it My Life, My Choice. They do what they call like phone buddies and that, and then try and getting people back together. It's trying getting people out and about. I can't wait to get back out and about. I want to get going to a restaurant and things and have a meal.
I'm half and half. I am excited, but the thing is, it's also thinking things through, how we can come out of this virus and being able to come back to normal.
For me, it's scary because knowing we still got the COVID, we still got the COVID around. It could give it to someone and a feeling we could go back into lockdown and be starting all over again from square one. That's where I think it's concerned, because everyone's been patient, everyone's been following the rules so long, and now that we're finally getting out of lockdown, it could go drastic again and we're all back at square one.
The other reason why people are going to be concerned about going out is because there's going to be rules changed again. I don't mean about June. I don't know if you heard about the winter time. They're going to change them again. So if you think how much it affects people when things change, it's going to affect them even more. They've probably got used to staying home now and structure, if that's not a really good thing. Then you can go out. Then again, you're going to have to stay in because in the winter, there's going to be restrictions. So it's going to be really confusing and, like Marshall said, scary and everything.
Budding and peer advocacy.
Yeah.
getting somebody to go with somebody, you know,
can-
not just by themselves.
I
'Cause
can
it's,
sorry,
Yeah, go on.
sorry, I thought being moved there. I can give you one idea. What Speak Up's done. We did start it last year, but it stopped because of all the rules kept changing. But we have talked about doing in working bubbles, as you've heard of them, you know, like a small group of people, like if it's 2 or 3 people, but we're not done it in a way where they have to travel. We always asked people to meet up in the own area where they live. We've done it in that sort of way. So, like myself, I'm underneath Rotherham and Zoe is. So just say as an example, if me and Zoe wanted to meet up in town and just walk through the park in Rotherham, it'd be just like a small little bubble, you know what I mean? So it'd be like 2 or 3 in us, and it might be because we don't. It might not be like going to a cafe. It might just be going for little walks, things like that. That's one thing. Because I think Speaker was given a funding grant to be able to do that. So I think we do need to use that money for it being a grant. So that's why, as colleague Annie has agreed to, only go into his working bubbles, but not do it in a way so we have to travel. So it's people who live in the local areas. That's one thing. I don't know if anyone's done that in different areas, but that's one of the ways Speak Up has done that.
I think also you got to like, if you think about what you might have heard recently about the young kids learning how to use a spoon again, we're all going to have to probably learn again, as if we were young, as if we're young now, even though we're not that young. We're going to have to learn again from scratch how to go out again and to travel again. So if you understand it that way, for young kids to learn to use a spoon and a fork now, I don't think we have to learn now to travel and everything again now.
It is hard for everyone because knowing we've been in the pandemic for just over a year now, we've all done things differently. I mean, I wouldn't have met Zoe or Vicky if it weren't for Zoom because obviously I just recently started and I wouldn't have known these two if it weren't for Zoom. And obviously, it's brought us all together. It's brought everyone close together, and it's all like made us all cheerful and that. But it is going to be a bit strange, like obviously coming back into the open, everything open. It's going to feel a bit surreal because obviously we've been doing lockdown for a year, and coming out of it, it's gonna be hard. But I know we've all got to just think positive and just not have any negative, and just see how it goes. And hopefully we won't have to do a lockdown again.
I do make arts and craft, you know, craft. I do things like that.
So would you like to go to an arts and crafts?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Um,
about doing it when it's safe. A class, yeah.
How would you want to do it, Zoe? Would you want to do it in a small group or in a big group?
I'm not sure. I've not been to look at it yet. My support worker's going to have a look for me.
Would you like to go with your support worker to look at it?
She just helps me a lot. That's all.
Do we have an idea who else could come and help people besides support workers? Because I don't know if you all know, but a lot of people have not got support.
Yeah.
I'm one of those. I've not had support since the 4th of January. That's why I've got a volunteer from Befriending helping at the minute. But there's lots of other people in the same position, not just me. And if Zoe just mentioned about the support workers, which is lovely, but there's going to be lots of other people that probably still haven't got support since Christmas. So seeing what support and help they can get, really.
Speak Up has agreed to start on the 12th of April, but in small bubbles, and it's just going to be once a week to start off with. But Speak Up does have a funding grant, what's called Bus Buddy Will Travel, and we support people like Zoe what needs support to travel on the bus, and that's people like myself, other colleagues like Alison, who I work with, and other people with learning disabilities who do the bus buddying as well. All we do really is we don't actually bus buddying from their end. They'll meet us in the because we're underneath the Rotherham area, so we meet them in the Rotherham bus station, and then we take them on the other bus where our Gallops building is, and then we do the same thing going home. We take them back to the bus station, but from their end, we just make sure they get on the correct bus, and then they're fine from there.